Good dawn to you. It's my day off. I woke up at 6 o'clock for nothing. I looked at my phone at 7:30, and I noticed I hadn't gotten a notification that I had work in 50 some odd minutes. So I double checked, and it's just like, oh, I must have been looking at last week's schedule when I did work on Monday after a Sunday off. I could have sworn I had flicked it over to the right week. So I took advantage of the time to sleep in a few more minutes. And I didn't go to the gym. I hit the weights. I did some good shit on the dumbbells. Now I'm going to the pool. So what's my point? It's only a ceasefire. All right, why am I online right now? All right, so tonight at 8, I'm going to have Maria West on from Love, Truth, and Beauty. Both her website and her channel name. She has been in this war for a long time. There's a lot to be said and reconciled, because the world had kind of a very odd reaction to all right, so after 9/11, the internet had been priming people for a generation or so with certain ideas in their head coming from all sorts of different places that people believed all meant a particular thing. What is the what are all the different ways in which JFK could have died? Who are all the different players? Who are all the different reasons why? Yada yada yada. And then as time went on, we had reached a point where we were ignoring all of our fucking problems with each other and substituting them with the very real conspiracy. But the problem is that we were substituting taking care of our own shit in ways that didn't exist in the generation that received the 9/11 psyop. There was hey, bonjour. Right? People were of a different kind of attitude, and unfortunately, they succeeded in re-scripting everyone's thought processes. Right? This is coming from people that are just all the way on the effing like inside of their own fucking shit, and they have no fucking awareness outside of themselves, right? And so this is the main reason why they just go with the simplest agreement coming from the largest source from the embodiment of the people's ideas and will, aka the government, right? So therefore, the media that gives us the best conversation with the government wins the narrative for people who are just at their baseline of their world's consciousness and strive for nothing more, or don't know that they can strive for more, or whatever, right? And then all of these wild things turned out to be true that many people of a certain ilk were very interested in. And it just made life more interesting, because now you're not the only person who's alone. You don't feel alone in your beliefs anymore. And that's it. Like, I found all the people that are pretty sure the earth is flat, like me, right? And then that's it. And so you go from your mind being wrapped around a centered reality of the media that has the conversation with the government to having the open-ended you find a new circle of beliefs that you have friends that agree with you to rally upon, and then you don't do anything with that other than have the stimulus of agreement from your peers to make you feel better, and then you don't have to continue to do any further work other than the work it took to find acceptance and agreement from your peers. And you could even lie about that and call it shadow work. If I was a narcissist, that's what I would do. I would just mimic other people that got their shit together and then say I did shadow work. And as long as I check all the marks on Bible, people will believe me. Because look at me. I've got no problem with darkness and things that are called Satan. But in all actuality, I'm a pretty moral and upright guy and yada, yada, yada. See, look at the standards of the Bible that I finally achieved. I had so many problems before. You know, and it's tricky, right? Because he's not saying he's perfect. He's saying that I had problems. I don't got those problems no more. And I'll even laugh about all those problems because I'm funny. Right? This is people. This is fucking people. And so when you realize that nobody takes you as seriously, despite being right as you thought that they did, this causes all sorts of interesting issues that has led up to the conversation that Mario West and I are going to have tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern Time on this channel. Take care. Because ultimately, I think that's the main thing when it comes to the general overall situation with people, right? It's that I think the entire approach to the movement had that one fundamental flaw about, like, bringing in the information to wake people up, to the big picture before we had the context of the personal picture. We didn't, right? Like, we thought we had an attitude in the world of, our personal shit had nothing to do with the shit going on in the world, and you could fucking do something for the world, and, you're worrying about your own shit in your own time. That seems like everybody. But now we're starting to realize they have created a world where your fucking deep, dark, personal shit has got you fucking completely psychologically or emotionally crippled. And so you're just looking at other people dealing with the same world that you see, like me, and you see them living in that world differently, talking about that world differently, interacting with that world differently. You sit there and you meditate on that, and maybe you find your way to have your own empowering relationship with the world that you are currently given. And you have to have a greater examination of what it means to be in the world that you are. What it really means that your past has brought you here. What it really means that your future seems determined because you don't know how to think your way out of the world that you're in. And the problem is that the personal thing is so individualized that it doesn't help in the sense of the movement for the bigger problems of the organized anti-human, anti-life fucking agenda across the spectrum of how governments want to treat living, sentient, and feeling entities across this world. How it allows businesses to treat them. How it enables monsters across the spectrum to operate in accord to these things because they have convinced the baseline of culture that this is like a thing for some people, that it's a thing that some people are gonna have. And when you see them having their thing, you gotta smile because they get to have their thing, even though their thing ultimately is rape and murder, pretending that it's something else because you're staring at all of the grooming prerequisites towards rape and murder. And your personal shit is so fucked up right now, you don't even feel fucking worthy to fucking say anything about it, let alone do something about it. Because nothing in our culture says be strong, upright, be the warrior, yada yada yada. This is why the Kingdom animated film is as powerful as it is after In Shadows was created. It really nails that point as far as the personal shit is concerned, right? In Shadow came out of the same attitude that was missed on people about, like, oh look, now we can finally see the monstrous behemoth. We obviously don't want this, right? Then 2020 happened and said, no, we really, 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 really want this. I want it so bad, I want you to shut me up so I can never fucking stand against it. Then this is the fucking life that people have we're living in from 2020 to 2022. This was people's fucking world, and it's still a little bit is for almost everybody. You know? Now, for the most part, the people around me, I only see them in masks. When they're feeling a little personally sick, they may have a little bit of a cough or a sneeze or whatever, right? I don't know why their lives are the way that they are, where that happens to them ever. These things don't happen to me. I don't run around, I don't really get fucking sick. I have to, like, make myself sick by, like, eating the wrong food or some bullshit, right? I'm a healthy motherfucker. I'm just like, I'm sitting here, it's just like, how many of you motherfuckers took a goddamn fucking sick day for nothing, right? And now they've said you can, then they said, it's not really like that now, things are kind of normal now, but they were basically fucking saying, you know, go ahead, take, say you're sick, but, you can't just use that for a day. Now, if you're to say you're sick, you're going to be out for 2 fucking weeks. Now, right? Because what was the thing? There was like an honor code, right? It's just like you called in sick to work. People didn't ask questions. You came in. You're still a little under the weather, but they saw you're dedicated. You came on in, you worked, yada, yada, yada. They made the situation way too hostile, right? So you couldn't lie about that anymore. People really needed that lie, though. So they had it enabled by the government, said, we'll take that 2 weeks, just pay us. And they were so busy containing and sustaining that because they were in a panic that they were going to lose a week of food or something like that. There was going to be an offset in the rhythm of their income. In devastating fucking ways to their life, even if their health was going to ultimately be fine. Right? And ultimately what I'm saying is we're reaching out. We're trying to reach all these kinds of people like this. And I think we're reaching too fucking broad. It's just like we need to be openly broad because we're not hiding anything. We're not trying to start a militia. We're not trying to start a cult, a yada, yada, yada. Well, we might be trying to start a militia lawfully. Second Amendment, militia, lawful militia. My point is that we're not fucking trying to start some sort of fucking hostile organization. In fact, if we're doing anything, we're doing something that's probably going to be more akin to a quote neighborhood watch, to whatever degree we work that at, right? Because guys that have been betrayed, like, I've looked at it and it's just like, I kind of understand why it happened, you know, just like I understand why I have felt betrayed by the course of events with me. And although it ain't the same fucking thing at all. That's largely only because of fucking circumstances. Because my circumstances have me in a certain part of my life as a certain kind of person that I am. Where I am not going to harbor the same kind of interest through the appearance of the organization that I have behind my work as a thing that is supposed to be, in a way, leading everybody, right? There's very few souls on this planet at this point that I think would be really great, quote, leaders if their entire approach to their relationship with the public was different. Right? And everybody has to do their thing the way they gotta do it. And I only care about being constructive. I don't like fucking like talking about how wrong I like who the fuck am I? Who the fuck am I? I'm just a schmuck who's taking advantage of his day off to work on personal care, as well as having plans for the big picture, which is why I'm on the internet right now, why I'm going to be on the internet later with Mario West, so on and so forth, because I am using my mind in that way while I am working on the development of the rest of my life in general. From the struggling place that I come from the work that I do for myself, for the great work, for the higher force. You know, this is what I play. Let me see here. I haven't been paying attention at all. Who are all these people? Who's trolling me? Who's cool? Let's see. Man, I don't see any blue. So there's no mods. Who's been trolling? Let's read up. Let's read up. Looking for submissive and breedable today, man. Towers don't fall at free fall. Right. Okay. Big Lebowski. Right. Thermite. Dude abides. You don't think that's you at all? Probably whatever you said. I probably don't mean that in absolute terms. It's very tiring to qualify everything you say with the need to say whether it is or isn't absolute. I think can kind of pick up tone and context, disposition and posture to get the idea of whether I am so megalomaniacal that I think it's all or nothing about anything, right? Can I point out details? Not sure. Also, you have to remind me exactly which particular point you're asking me about my confirmation of. What's up, Immortal Lord? I'm calling the cops on you as I see you are driving in my neighborhood. Oh, okay. All right. You can go ahead and do that. Do you poop in your car? Dude, you are crazy. Okay, alright. Well, that's fun for you, I guess. Alright, let's see here. Alright, let's see. There we go. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. Oh, whoops. Alright, one moment. This is around me. Report. There we go. Okay. And, and you're hidden from the channel. Alright, goodbye. Alright, guys. Thanks so much. I'll catch you later.